Hello there my beloved Batties, and welcome to another episode of Truth Behind the Tale, the series where I take a look at some of our most famous fairy tales and delve into their real world historical and cultural origins. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Nightingale. Just quickly before we begin, if you enjoy this video then please feel free to leave it a like and leave me a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It would be great to have you as part of our little Batty family. Also, don't forget to head on over to my website and sign up for my newsletter so you can get your free starter library and monthly updates sent straight to your inbox. And if you enjoy what I do, then please consider supporting me on Patreon so I can continue to bring you novels, short stories and videos. With that being said, on to the episode. The Nightingale was written by Hans Christian Andersen, according to his records, on the 11th and 12th of October 1843. He began it in the recently opened Tivoli Gardens in Copenhagen, which contained a Chinese motif and which influenced the setting of his story. A month later it was published in New Fairy Tales first volume first collection, alongside 3 of his other stories, The Sweetheart or The Top and the Ball, The Angel and The Ugly Duckling. It was very well received and was reprinted twice over the following 2 decades. As to its origin, Andersen created the story himself, as he did with many of his tales. One theory is that he may have been inspired by the famous 1819 poem Ode to a Nightingale by John Keats. This poem was written after Keats's brother died of tuberculosis, a disease which also killed Andersen's father. A passage from the poem even makes reference to an emperor, just as in Andersen's story. Thou was not born for death, immortal bird. No hungry generations tread thee down. The voice I hear this passing night was heard in ancient days by emperor and clown. But the greatest influence on this story came from somebody from Andersen's own life, and while it certainly wasn't the only time that he drew inspiration from those around him, this one is arguably the most famous. It concerns the Swedish opera singer Jenny Lind, who we've already previously touched upon as potentially having a bearing on the Snow Queen. Lind is probably most well known to modern audiences thanks to appearing as a character in The Greatest Showman, and in the 1800s she was extremely popular, highly regarded as one of the best singers of the century. She was in very high demand in the opera scene throughout Northern Europe, and it was in this way that she met Andersen while touring in Copenhagen. Even though he was 15 years older than her, he fell deeply in love with her. It may be that he felt a connection to her due to the similarities of their unassuming origins and appreciation of art and beauty. Jenny Lind was the illegitimate daughter of a school teacher, while Andersen's mother was an illegitimate washerwoman, and he endured a dark period of abuse while at school. He had also briefly been a very talented boy soprano and was briefly accepted into the Royal Danish Theatre. In any case, he felt so strongly towards Jenny Lind that he even wrote her a letter of proposal, but she preferred to keep their relationship platonic, referring to him as a friend and a brother. The Nightingale fairy tale is generally considered to have been written in tribute to her, and it led to her popular moniker which has persisted to this day, the Swedish Nightingale. Indeed, in a case of life imitating art, the story of the Nightingale became a peculiar reality for Jenny Lind just a couple of years later when she fell in love with the Polish composer Fryderyk Chopin. He revealed that the sound of her voice made him feel better when he was severely ill with tuberculosis, and she even visited him before he died, later dedicating the rest of her life to enshrining his memory. The death deeply impacted her, and she said in a letter to Andersen in 1871, "I would have been happy to die, for this is my first and last, deepest, purest love." As for Andersen himself, he wrote in 1847 as part of The True Story of My Life, "Through Jenny Lind I first became sensible of the holiness of art. Through her I learned that one must forget oneself in the service of the Supreme. No books, no men have had a more ennobling influence upon me as a poet than Jenny Lind." Indeed, her influence appears to have truly embedded itself into his life in the 1840s, because The Angel, another fairy tale which was published alongside The Nightingale, is also taken to be a tribute to her. Okay Batty, so that's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you did. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, head on over to my website, check out my book, sign up for my newsletter, and join us in the Batty Brigade. The majority of people who watch my videos are not actually subscribed to the channel, so it would be amazing if you could hit that subscribe button because it really helps me out. The next episode of Truth Behind the Tale will be coming on the last Tuesday of next month, but for now all I have to say is take care, stay safe out there, and I will see you all again very soon in another video. Bye! Hello? 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 Where are you going? What are you doing? Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, head on over to my website. Hello, Millie Moo.
Paula was flying high a few months ago, and then this happened. Signal shade.
And while it certainly wasn't the first... God, those starlings in the garden are driving me crazy. Thank you so much to my Batty patrons for your love and support, including my phenomenal Batty, Mary Letty Blackrose.